the channel name. Let's get to it. All right, like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell. Cash App Soul Mirror 29, PayPal Suicide Ace 29. Um, you get the super chat as well. It's a dollar sign with the heart at the bottom of the right of the page. Let's get to it. Yo, all right. So it happened. A nurse named Nicole Linton, or Linton, she crashed. She ran a red light and crashed, and you know, end up killing 6 people. Today was her first time in court. Her bail was denied. It was like a $9 million bail or something like that, and she's facing 90 years in prison for uh, killing 6 people. Um, 3 of them were a family. The young kid, the father, then the mother, then the unborn. So that's four. My bad. 4 of them. That's 4 of them out of the 6 was actually a family. I think the other ones might have been 2 different. So let's talk about that. She has her first time in court today. She was in the hospital first, so they had to wait till she healed up enough to be taken into custody. She appears in court. She's listening to the charges, and she has her attorneys right there, and they're the one who's talking to the judge while the judge is laying down the foundation of this case and laying down the charges, and then letting them know the bond was denied at that point. They was talking about it. Okay, the bond, and then the house arrest, the monitor, all of that stuff. But then they said at this time, at this moment, the court ain't rocking with that. So your bail will be denied, and you know how that goes. You can basically try again at a later date. Once the judge announced that the bail was denied, she started crying. You know, and she started crying. We'll just have to wait till she speaks to understand why she was going that fast. And now remember, the story is told by this anonymous person that she was drunk, she had alcohol, and she was fighting with her boyfriend. And that is what the public only can go off of until she says something. They get a public statement or a written statement from her exactly what happened. The public is just running with that story from this anonymous person who claimed they knew her, but now it's allegedly looking like that was all lies. So, the people that do, the testing, they for right now they said there's no alcohol, but that's just for right now. We don't know, other testing might come back different. So if you go with this scenario that what the anonymous person said, and then the people that test for those type of things said, well, we couldn't find anything, then what do we have? Until she speaks, either you believe this story or you don't believe the story, right? But let's just say the story was true. Let's just say that. Let's say the story of her and her man is arguing, and they get in a heated argument, and she take the keys and spin the block and crash the car. Let's just say that's true. One thing a lot of us do know is you don't drive when you under the influence or drive when you upset. Anybody who ever been in a situation will tell you you don't drive when you upset or when you impaired. Your decision making is not at the best when you're upset, right? And that's why they say take a breather, sit down on it for a minute, sit on it for a minute, let it process. That's what they say. So if she did leave an argument and then jump in the car and crash, think about that. You have an argument with your boyfriend or your whatever they is, man, or just a fling, whatever it is, and then you jump in your car and you crash because you're angry. That's kind of wild, ain't it? I mean, we see these type of stories happen a lot, and I'm not, what I'm saying? So, but pay attention to that. You go harm other people because you're mad at someone else. That makes absolutely no sense. This is why I push love yourself more than any relationship. Because I've been through situations like this where allegedly, because it's all alleged until she speaks, where a situation can make you do things you thought you would never do on the negative side, not the positive side. Now that I look back at it, and like years ago when I looked back at it, I'm like, yo, what the hell? Because I never react like that. But this certain female got me out of my zone, out of my character. So it happens to the best of us. But we have to start loving ourselves first, and then relationships second. Because the people that a lot of us deal with, they love they self first, and then they put us second, in which that's why we argue. A lot of times people argue because the other person put they self first and they put you second, and you like, well, I put you first and I put myself second, and they like, well, I'm not doing that to you. Even though it looks bad on the surface, and because you're supposed to be a give and take, and a certain type of, but if you think about it, that's how it's supposed to be. It's always supposed to be you first and then the relationship. It's never supposed to be the relationship then you. It's never supposed to be like that. This is why we have these imbalanced relationships all over the world, because we believe it's supposed to be you, the relationship over you, but it's you over the relationship. Because if you put you over the relationship, then it's less things you tolerate. That it's less things that you don't agree with that you tolerate. But if you put the relationship over you, then now you are tolerating more things than you should. Love yourself more than any relationship. Then you're gonna you're gonna you're not gonna let people walk all over you because you put yourself first. And that's I had to learn that myself. I'm getting very good at not letting people get me out of my character, even though they're doing something crazy and said something crazy, or not telling the truth. I learned to just not let it seep through my skin like that. I had to get tough skin and be wise, because people would try you and test you. So you have to be ready for all of that. And you have to be ready to respond in a certain way, because people do poke at people. They poke them. So you have to understand that. And in this situation right here, it's a sad situation, because people lost their lives due to what? I'm still I was hoping that they would let her talk today, but it's the first one, so they just doing a little fill out. So I can't wait for her to go back to court and let us know what the heck were you doing driving that fast and then just running a light. So we'll have to wait on that. That's all I got on this, man. Love yourself more than any relationship. This trial is ongoing, of course. So we'll see what she says. We got the alleged story from the alleged person. That's all we can go off of right now. Um, oh, and another thing, someone posted that she had a history of reckless driving, like 13 different type of wrecks. Now I don't know if she's caused of all these wrecks. Let's not, jump the gun. I don't know if she's the primary reason why they wrecked 13 times. I don't know, but the person posted that. Well, let's keep that in mind. She was in 13 accidents. She's labeled as a reckless driver. So we wasn't there. So we just got to take it with a grain of salt and see how that is when everything is put together and put out to the public. All right, but that's something that they dropped today was or yesterday was she's labeled as a reckless driver, and a couple um man, what else I was saying? She labeled as a reckless driver, and dang, I forgot my train of thought, y'all. Anyway, I forgot what I was trying to say right there. Anyway, but oh yeah, 13 wrecks. There you go. So she labeled as a reckless driver. This is the person posted. She labeled as reckless driver, and she had 13 car wrecks. Again, we don't know if she's the cause of these things, but they said labeled as a reckless driver, but we still don't know. Just because people get a lot of wrecks, it doesn't all mean that they are the reason why. We don't know, but that's what's put out there. So we got to take that with a grain of salt until it's actually put together where we can understand each wreck. Maybe if it was or wasn't her fault, but they labeled her as a reckless driver, and that is a kind of a bad little stigma to have. But again, people are like, well, why is she still driving? Then it's like, come on, cut it out, man. They're not gonna take everything from you because you know what I'm saying. They maybe she lost her license, got it back. We don't know. So we'll wait till the story develop a little bit more. Until then, like, share, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you feel about this case in the comment section, man. This is a serious matter. All right. Love yourself more than any relationship. Peace.